Board, welcome on board, welcome on board. We are here in a rainy Los Angeles, and here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Shaman Marcus, and I sit here from Healing with Marcus, and I welcome us all on board on this Monday evening, where we're going inward. As always, we go within, and we are looking at what are the healing abilities that come through as we walk on this journey, as we are on this path of inner healing. There's Ellie K. Dear sister, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Grateful you are here. Is it a little cacao? So, I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you all had a good week as we are going forward in this somewhat magical year of 2024. On one level, we are looking at the godlike qualities that we have as humans. If we were another species and we looked at what humankind is able to accomplish, we can see that, oh my God, they can create a lot of things from seemingly nothing. And of course, it's not from nothing. We are creating everything either from the quantum field with ideas and feelings and thoughts that are coming through, or we are creating with the matter from Earth Mother. That's how everything we touch, we feel, everything you eat, breathe, drink, sit on, drive, everything stems originally from the insides of Earth Mother. There's nothing in our lives that does not connect to Earth Mother. Every single thing you and I do, if we eat our breakfast, and we sit at a table on a chair and we eat whatever we eat, if we eat bread or if we eat oatmeal or if we eat whatever we eat, veggies, greens, everything originated in Earth Mother. And along the way of you sitting on that chair, the wood that was made, that makes up the chair, if it's a wooden chair, that wood grew out of Earth Mother, out of the processes of life that we know of as life. And it all happens on this planet that we can refer to as Earth Mother. And as we start to recognize and realize how interconnected everything is, just how much we are held by the processes of life on the planet, we begin to realize and potentially recognize that, oh my God, there is nothing in our lives, whether it be the cell phone in your hand or your earbuds, there's nothing in our lives that did not originate from Earth Mother originally, right? And it's really, I think it's really fascinating to awaken to that fact. I think it's a beautiful process to recognize that the minerals and the water in the soil and the nutrients made up a plant. A plant sucked in the nutrients from the soil and it became broccoli, cauliflower, or it became the bison that ate the grass. And then we either eat the bison, or we eat the grass, or we eat the broccoli or the cauliflower. But everything we touch stems from Earth Mother. This cup is made of metals from Earth Mother. Yeah. The cacao, which serves as a beautiful reminder of our connection to Earth Mother, is also made, everything is made from our planet. And I'm saying this to remind us that even though humankind, we have immense abilities to create. We have immense abilities both to get downloads of different truths, or if you're a writer, you're getting downloads as you write. And you're creating from the field of the unseen, the realm of the unseen, or the quantum field. We have immense abilities as humans. And we have created a lot of beauty. But if we look at what's going on in our world, on almost every level, we can also see, and it's sort of important, at least from my perspective, it's important that we don't put our heads completely in the sand and only see what good humans have done. Because it's also important to recognize that we are not using our powers for good. That most of the time, you and I, we're sitting here, we're connecting in a heart space. We're connecting heart to heart in these energies, in these spheres. And of course, that's feeding the light inside of you, the light inside of me. We're all feeding each other. And that's a beautiful process. But then we also see how the forces that are not as positive, we could call them dark forces, harmonic forces, we could call them anything we want, dark forces, are also feeding each other. So when the anger, negativity, and fear grabs people, they also go into that space and they continuously feed each other. And we can see that on a larger scale, you and I are creating beauty, right? We're creating beauty from our hearts. To the best of our ability, we are here to both heal ourselves and each other. But we can also see that big parts of humanity have not awakened to the beauty, the inner beauty, the light. That big parts are using a lot of energy, a lot of resources to create harmful events, to be warmongering, to go into fear and negativity. And with that, we are creating an enormous amount of suffering and pain on our planet. And of course, that pain, if you look at it in the quantum field, it reverberates out. So in that sense, humanity having access to becoming godlike creatures, are also accessing their lower vibrational nature. And when we feed that, when we go into that, we're creating a lot of harm, a lot of negativity. It's kind of part of our creative forces, right? It's like we are not able to align. See, when you and I align with our higher self, and when we sit in that heart space and we sit with that, oh God, I feel all the love in my heart and I fill myself up with light. I feel light coursing through every vein of my body. I feel light filling me up from the inside and out. That's a very powerful place to be in, right? But we can also look at what happens when we are in the grasp of fear. Then we get small. And we start to act out in fear, right? We start to act out or even lash out. And the more we have done that as a species, as humankind, the more destruction we're creating. And if we look at that as an impulse across our globe, we can see that there is some form of dark energy grasping and connecting with many, many, many humans. And when we act from that fear-based place, we are not acting as benevolent, positive, creative, healing, godlike beings. When we are acting from that fear-based place, we act almost like we are in some form of demonic state. Because no matter how you look at it, bombing people, killing people with a push of a button, or signing a piece of paper, or not expressing when we see things that are going on that are evil. We are feeding the darker side of our nature, and we are creating more and more and more suffering. This is why it's important for people like us, people who are tuning into these kind of frequencies, because what we are tuning into is a frequency of love, a frequency of light. And as we tune into that and we fill ourselves up with that, we become a bit stronger, a lot stronger, both through the root chakra into Earth Mother, recognizing our part in creation itself. We also become stronger as we work towards a higher frequency on our planet. This is how we first heal ourselves, right? We heal ourselves with that inner light. And we breathe into the body. We take that sacred breath. The sacred breath that my dear friend yesterday, he was saying how we're going to miss our breath when it's gone. We're really going to miss our breath when it's gone. And we forget, right? Because we breathe all the time, so we forget. We forget the sacredness of even a simple act as breathing. And it's so beautiful when we can remember it. When we remember that taking a sacred in-breath, delivering life to every part of your body, delivering light to every part of yourself, allowing wherever there's trauma stuck to begin to move, begin to heal. When you recognize that the breath is sacred, when you recognize that whatever is going on within you becomes sacred as you shift the frequency. It's like shifting channels on a TV or a radio. And we realize that we begin to feed the nicer, positive, loving parts of ourselves. And of course, nicer doesn't always have to be a correct term for it, but it's a good start. As we feed those positive, loving frequencies in our system, it becomes easier and easier to stay in that frequency. It becomes more like home. We feel like we are at home when our hearts are open, when our chakra system is aligned, when we feel grounded into Earth Mother and we feel like we are on track. We also feel a connection through the crown chakra upwards into the ether, into the sky. And as our crown chakra opens up, we begin to recognize that we are all connected, that we are all part of this whole movement of life on the planet. And the more and more that we become connected that way, especially when the heart is open, it becomes impossible to take the actions of breaking our world, to take actions of killing our world. And when we start to look around, we realize that there are many parts of our humankind that have not yet awakened to their inner heart center, to their love, to their center, to their beauty, to the beauty of life, the sacredness of life itself. And that when you awaken to the fact that your breath is sacred, and you recognize that, so I'm in a physical human body, I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and I bring light and oxygen through the sacred breath, but I bring light into every part of my body. I begin to recognize how much of a part of this expression of life we are, right? You and I, we're part of the expression of life. And as we recognize that, even it's interesting, right? Because even as simple as our dear Ellie Kay, who was on here, right? Her feeds are so loving. Her pictures that she posts are so full of love and humor. And it's so amazing to follow those accounts, because for me at least, I get uplifted, right? You see even a cute cat, a cute picture of a cat will make your heart go, oh, and suddenly you feel a bit more love in your heart. So we don't really want to underestimate that there are positive forces at play here too. That the love you feel in your heart is positivity. But it is important that people like us who recognize our own inner love begin to share that outwards into the world. Because right now, the world, even though 2024 is a big, big, big year, right? Many changes are happening, many shifts are going to come. The more of us who sit in our love and light, and this is not, very important, this is not the love and light to hide away from your own darkness. This is not the love and light to say, oh, everything is great and I'm just love and light. It's not like that. It's not this new agey kind of superficial love and light. Love and light in your heart, in your being, in your spirit, in every cell of your body, which we access as we start to face our own inner demons, our own inner darkness, and we start to move it out of our system. Different methods of healing can help us to remove different forms of entities or energies that are attached to us, frequencies in our being, in our body. And then you and I sit in our higher frequency. We start to take more actions from that higher self. When we start to recognize, oh, life isn't forever. This life, this personal life, this experience of being Marcus on this planet is not forever, right? It is a time-limited experience. And of course, my soul will be traveling. The light of my soul travels back to the light, comes back into another body. Or if we have, ascended enough, we stay up there as ascended, what they call ascended masters. Beautiful, right? The energy of, say an energy like Jesus, or energies like even Paramahansa Yogananda, or any one of the major big teachers that are teaching so much love and light, Thich Nhat Hanh, or the natives, the indigenous tribe shamans, or leaders who they sat in their power and they spoke their truth. Those truths that resonate through our world. But it is about time that people like us, that we take our inner healing journey very seriously, that we go on it, and that we recognize when there is darkness moving across our globe. Because there sure is a lot of suffering going on. And it is, of course, of dark being, right? It's a dark energy moving through our world. And the more of us who sit in our light, the more pushback, the more we end up creating light. And of course, how do you get rid of light in a dark closet? You turn on the light. That chases the darkness away. That comes from you bringing light into your system, sitting and also having the courage to see the parts of yourself that are not as shiny bright. What are the parts of you that are still living in fear? What are the thought patterns in you that are still living in negativity, or in like, oh my God, if this happens, then I'll be happy, or whatever it may be? What are those patterns in you? And what are the memories that are stuck in our system? Yeah. Can we hold them in love and light? Can we hold our last memories, like my parents both have passed, right? And I was watching an old show online that I was watching as a child. And it got very sentimental and very emotional. And it was interesting for me to recognize, oh, these are the last moments I had with my mother. And this is the last moments I had with my father. And these were moments of grief coming up, and it was beautiful to feel the feelings and have the tears coming. At the same time, it was also beautiful to feel like, yeah, and now life keeps moving, keeps going. As we hold our loved ones, we honor their memories, we honor their beings, we are also honoring ourselves. We learn how to honor our own body, how to honor our own life. And as we grow in that understanding, as you and I grow in that understanding, our life becomes our teaching. Your life becomes your teaching. The wake that you leave behind becomes the teaching you bring to the world. This is your frequency, your resonance, how you move through our planet, across our planet. And more people who wake up to this basically fact that when we sit in our inner love and our inner light, we become more grounded and we become stronger. We can shine a sense of compassion and tolerance, a sense of understanding into places that sorely lack understanding and compassion and tolerance at the moment. And as we start to shine our light in these different places, we help to heal first ourselves. Then that wake that you leave around you behind helps to light up the world. And as more and more of us wake up one day at a time, one soul at a time, we start to join this kind of parade of light workers, light warriors, who are standing strong in their inner conviction of being in love. Being in love with the world, being in love with life, being in love with ourselves, being in love with our cells in our body, feeling the gratitude just to be embodied, to be embodied at this moment. As you grasp and you take your sacred breath into your body, you start to understand also a sense of gratitude for just being alive. Regardless of how many injuries we have, regardless of the scars in our system, regardless of the emotional trauma we've gone through, regardless of that, we are still grateful that we are alive now. And as we bring gratitude into our system, into our body, it can be, I'm grateful for my heart. I'm grateful for my lungs. I'm grateful for my stomach, for my spleen, for my pancreas, for my liver, for my organs. The cells in your body respond with gratitude and joy. As you sense and send gratitude towards them, they respond by, oh, I feel better. Oh, I feel happier. I feel seen and appreciated. And as we look at you and me, right, feeling seen and appreciated is one of the biggest gifts anybody can ever give us. Just to be seen. And if you compare then that feeling you get from being seen with that every cell in your body responds with gratitude when it is seen. We're touching. Energetically, we are touching our inner body, our insides. We're touching it with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding. And this is a frequency that creates more life. This is an ecstatic frequency. It's orgasmic, the frequency of creation, the frequency of love. And then we come back to what I often mention. How do we feed ourselves? Do we feed ourselves with lots of loving input? Or do we feed ourselves with the negativity of the world? It's important to look at. It's important to recognize, if I watch the news all the time and I feel certain ways about it, where does my mind go all the time? Or earlier today, I was in my car and it's raining and I was listening to one specific station and I was like, and I turned it over to the classical station and I go, oh. And I could feel my whole body relaxing. And when we are feeding ourselves with that these positive experiences and positive programming. It's basically we encourage the positive parts of our body to keep growing, the cells to keep relaxing, the expression of life to keep coming through us. We are multiplying that part of your DNA, the part of your cells that really enjoy joy. They really enjoy love. They really enjoy light. This is how the healing happens through our system. And at times, you know, it can be very helpful to come and see an energy worker such as myself or other people so that you can get some support in both feeling seen and also when you sit with certain frequencies, you're able to remove and release things out of people's frequency and energy body. And that is, of course, very helpful. But the main work is yours, right? The main part of this journey is your own, is going into your meditation, is making meditation a practice, a important part of your life. So that these deep inner sacred secrets come up for you as well, and they become your truth. It's easy for me to sit here and speak, and it might be easy for you to hear it. But it is very equally important that you have your own experience with these words, that you sit in your inner state, in the inner space, and you go, oh, I feel that truth. Oh, I feel an expansion in my heart space. I feel relaxation along my spine. I feel spaciousness in my body. I feel better, right? So we have to make the journey our own. And as we do, we begin to heal ourselves and the rest of the planet. And of course, as we can watch organic life on our planet, we see how a reverberation, it can move quickly in the energy field, like music, almost like if you hit a drum, right? The reverberation of that drum, that moves pretty quick through the ether, through the air. But if you have something in the physical part of your system, or if we look at a forest, if a tree over in one end of the forest has a certain disease or something, it often can spread to the other trees, but it takes time. And the same thing goes for healing, the opposite version, right? Where something is very positive and strong. It moves through the forest, but it takes some time to move through the organic matter. So that's the same thing that can happen for us. This healing journey is a long-term journey. It's a lifelong journey, really, but we go through different healing passages and parts all the time. All right, everyone. So to take it back, remember our godlike qualities. Remember, and even that fact, right? If we were looking at another species that were able to create the way we are, another species that was able to build little cars or airplanes or whatever, talk through little boxes through the air, we'd be very impressed. We'd be like, oh my God, that is amazing what they're doing. And unfortunately then, if we saw what they're using their creativity for, we'd also be very disappointed and saddened because they haven't realized what they are capable of. We don't understand our godlike qualities yet. We haven't moved into that space, that frequency. So as you and I sit in our healing and we release things out of our nervous system, we can begin to spread that outward to other people, to other frequencies in our planet. And maybe we use it in our creative endeavors. Maybe we use it, maybe this is how you move through the world, no matter what you do. Whether you put together herbal tea packages or herbs and incenses, or if you do carpentry, or if you make movies, or if you make music, or if you're a preacher, whatever it is that you do, you start to infuse these energies, these healing feelings into whatever you do. So you bring your awareness into whatever you do. You're bringing your sense of gratitude with you. This is infusing light and love into everything we do. And that's going to reverberate even stronger. Now, we're going to do a healing session here, and welcome on board. And I'd like to suggest that you put up an intention for yourself. You put up an intention for anything you want help with releasing, anything you want help with removing out of your system, or if you want more spaciousness in your body. I suggest you take some deep breaths into your body. You center yourself. And you look at yourself and you see, what is it that you would like to remove? What is it that you would like to help supporting yourself in? Is it self-love? Is it self-worth? Allow your intention to be set as in, I want to strengthen my sense of self-love and self-worth. Or I want to remove my fear out of my system. Or I want to remove these obsessive thoughts, or my addiction to this or that. And with your permission, we'll be helping and supporting your energy in this healing session right now. So take a few deep breaths, keep going within, and just enjoy this experience. Sit with an open mind, open heart. As we clear the field, we clear the aura and the energy field around you. Removing attachments, energetic cords. I am Shaman Marcus, and I'm of the tribe of kings and queens of old. I'm so grateful that we sit here in this sacred space, you and I. No ataka te o te. We invite the winds of the south, represented by the serpent, the feminine healing powers of our world, to come here and hold sacred space for our session from the direction of the south, and to activate the deepest level of healing in every part of our system. We invite the winds of the east, represented by the condor, the eagle, and the dragon. These are the seers into the unseen, and we ask that they guide us into that realm of the unseen, and that they hold sacred space for us from the direction of the east. We have the winds of the north, represented by the raven. The raven is the sacred sage of our world, the knower of all things. We ask that the raven come here and hold sacred space for us and help to activate the deepest level of knowing, the highest frequency and vibration in every part of your DNA, every part of your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your energy body, and your spiritual body. May they all vibrate to the highest knowing. We have the winds of the west, represented by the jaguar. The jaguar is the holy warrior of our planet. And we ask that she lend us her courage into our hearts, so we can sit with that force, that power, that energy, both to see ourselves clearly and to help to stand in the light, stand in love. We also ask that the jaguar hold sacred space from the direction of the west. We have Pachamama, Earth Mother, holding space from the direction of below, holding us in her loving embrace, supporting our life with everything we touch, breathe, or drink. That we are growing our roots into Earth Mother and we are being held. We feel it as gravity. We ask that Father Sky, Father Sun come here and give us his loving, warm support, the support of life from above. That without the sun, no life would really be that possible here. It's a dance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. It's the dance. We have Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth, and we're asking that he can cut any cords that can be cut when it's for the highest good of all involved. And with that sword of truth, we get to see the truth. To the best of our ability. We have Stangl. We invite Stangl the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Bear the bear, our power animals, to come here and guard our sacred space and to facilitate this healing. We invite the spirit guides, Sam and his brothers, to come here and facilitate the healing and guide us into the world of the unseen and guard our sacred space. We also sit with a tribe of kings and queens of old, and we're so grateful to be a part of that movement. We have Ambute and her loving energy. Support, love, tolerance. We come over to the ancestors. Your ancestors, your spiritual ancestors, your lineage, always watching out for us. Our friends and family on the other side of the veil, always keeping an eye on us, like guardian angels. We have life force energy itself, coursing through every cell of your body, every vein, every artery, full of life, full of life, full of life. We come to the Norse. We look at the Norse and we call in Odin and Freya and Thor and Loki. The power and the wisdom, the creative dance of life itself, the creation, strength and courage, and mischievousness and wisdom and humor. We have Staffner and Raffner, and we have Hugin and Moonin. We ask that all these energies support this healing session as we go within, as we enter into that realm of the quantum field of the healing world, the realm of the unseen. Hey, Hey, wahio, wahio, wahio. Teo yogo daya, teo wahi yogo daya. Teo yo yo yo. I am Shaman Marcus. I'm of the tribe of kings and queens of old. We are so grateful that we get to sit here in the magnificent presence of you. Taste good, feel good. We share this light, we share this energy. We give great thanks to the winds of the south, the winds of the east, the winds of the north, and the winds of the west, for holding sacred space and all the healing that's taking place. We give great thanks to Earth Mother, Pachamama, Father Sky, Father Sun. We give great thanks to Saint Michael with the sword of light, sword of truth, to Shango the dragon, Maya the wolf, and Bea the bear. Mahoakate. To Sam and his brothers, we say thank you. To the tribe of kings and queens of old, we say thank you. To Ombuti and her loving presence and energy, we say thank you. We say thank you to the ancestors, guiding forces, to the friends and family on the other side of the veil, to life force energy itself, to the beautiful loving energy of the ascended masters, and to Odin and Freya and Thor and Loki, to Stafner and Rafner and Hugin and Moon. We say thank you. And to you who you're a part of this beautiful energetic movement that's going on in our world, you are part of it. As your light is awakening more and more, your light and inside of you, the fire in your heart and your soul burns stronger and stronger. You burn stronger and stronger. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Murataye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. So grateful, so happy you are here. We can feel the energy. We can feel the love. Taya, wahi, koko, taya. Okay, everybody. Have a lovely, amazing, beautiful week. And we will see you again next Monday. So much love. Namaste. And aho. Thank you, Sierras and Sunsets. And Ellie K and Johnny Neal and Trenton Shine and all the other people who come on board here. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. 11, Shauna, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.